Hi, Royal Ones. This is Miss Gigi. I'm back to do another video. Listen, there are women out here that keep saying, I don't need a man. I don't need a man. That's a lie. There are women out here that's married that's saying they don't need a man. There's women out here that's single that's saying, we don't need a man. I don't need a man. Listen, I think there is a misconception. It's kind of like a play on words. When I hear other women say that we don't need a man, we need a companion. I'm twice divorced, and I still say I'm not I think when I'm hearing this, I'm saying she's not dependent on a man because these women have their own houses, their own cars, and they have the ability to get their own houses, own cars, and everything like that, and live independent of a man. And so, because they are married to this man, they don't need him. So I get what they're saying. They're saying, I'm hearing something different, but the men are hearing, oh, damn, these women don't need no man. It's a play on words. We need a companion. We do. But what we don't need is the drama and the insecurities and the trust issues and the whining and the complaining and then the cheating and the, disloyalty. And, when we work too much, because it used to be that the women complained that the men would work too much, but now the men are complaining that the women are working too much because he's not working enough. And so this is what we don't need. We don't need the narcissistic, alcoholic, woman beater, and manipulator. Now that we can live without. We can do without all that. And I can't believe that there are women out here that still say that we don't need a man. I think that it's a big misconception. Women today are women back in the 50s and the 40s and the 50s were dependent on a man, and they didn't get up and go to work because they couldn't go to work, and women didn't have rights. They weren't allowed to. And so now the women today, they have standards, but let me tell you something. Some of those standards are so high, I don't think the Pope can meet them. I mean, they stipulations, are damn fantasy. They want a 6'6". They want a 6-foot man that's 6 foot tall with a 6-foot shoe. That's that's a perfect man in their eyes. And all I want is a hardworking man with a job that will get up and go to work every day. It doesn't really matter if it's a high earning man or, and all this other, superficial stuff that I'm hearing. What we do need is balance and harmony to the relationship or the marriage. All this other stuff that they're saying is kind of like hype. It's both the man and the woman need to make 7 streams of income. And this is the new bare minimum. This is the new contribution to the household. And the 7 streams of income that I speak of is active income, which is a job. That's number 1. Number 2 is passive income, which is buying or selling something, which is a business. Number 3, interest income would be like lending money, which is, U.S. savings bonds and treasuries and having money in a savings account. That's number 3. Number 4 is rental income. Everyone needs, houses, apartments, condos, something like that. No, number 5 is capital gains income, which is from stocks, bonds, mutual funds, selling an asset. Number 6, investment income, which is from stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto, ETFs, money market accounts, and IRAs. And number 7, royalty income from books and music and selling oil and land and gas and stuff like that. So I think that if both the man and the woman come to the relationship with 7 streams of income, you both come with something, and one is not draining the other. And I think it's fair because I don't think that you should sit home all day while he go to work and he sit at home and you go to work. I think you both should open up a joint account, put some money together. It would definitely be a lot more fruitful, and then you both could go on vacations and be a lot more happier and be a lot more stable. And I think this is more of a realistic approach versus, you can have a regular job and you could pull these 7 streams of income off, and we working 9 to 5 and making 40 hours a week, and you can still put aside a big bank as long as you balance each other out and you have a conversation. And this will be make for a better quality relationship and a better quality of life. And I think that this is what is the new requirement. It should be. It's more realistic, it's more adults like, and it's, having sitting down having a conversation. I think my biggest mistake is I got married within 6 months, and I think we got married way too soon. We didn't build. And I think when you come to the relationship, you don't expect anything from a man, and you didn't have anything to build. And I think that both should be the insurance policies. If you're going to get married, you need an insurance policy on you, and he needs an insurance policy on himself in order to just, bring more security to the relationship, to the marriage. And I think this is how you adult. This is how you build and grow trust in a relationship. And so you starting off and you're in love, and this is how you build and you grow. So I think in my relationship, once you first meet a man, you know, you have to sit down and set these boundaries. If you don't sit down and set boundaries, then the relationship is going to go haywire. And then he's going to say and do anything he wants to do. And then you're going to go and say and do whatever you want to do. And then there's no respect. And you have to, talk to him like he's an adult and not a child. And the same thing with him. He has to talk to you like an adult and not a child. And then you will have a much more fulfilling relationship. And it's called communication. And there will not be a need for a divorce, and there will not be a need for saying you don't need a man, because now you're seeing where you can grow and build together. And I really hope that this conversation makes you think better about saying you don't need a man, I think that's a misconception. And I hope you think about what you can build when you want a man. So I'm still looking forward to husband number 3. I know that he's out there. I still have hope. I need a companion. I'm not lonely for a man. I'm not desperate for a man, and I'm not dependent on a man, but I do need love. And I'm not a fool for a man or love, but next time I'm going to pick better. And I know how my standards and boundaries, I need to address that up front and at dinner before the relationship goes any further, or when I feel like the relationship is starting to go to the next level. Definitely I need to state my goals and boundaries, and I didn't do that before. And so I'm learning, even as a twice divorcee, where I went wrong at and accepting accountability, and as far as the marriage going south, is because I did not state my boundaries and my standards up front from the beginning. I didn't expect anything from him except to have a job. And so that's why he was like, well, if I just get a job and do anything, I can just, but see, I realized that we didn't have too much conversation about this stuff. I was just like automatic, like a robot, get up and go to work. I realized that I needed to have more conversation with my man about the future and about the things that I really wanted and my goals and desires on my heart. And so as women, we need to actually tell these men what we need from them, because they're not mind readers. They can't read our minds and expect for us to have a good relationship and a good marriage, and to build a good quality marriage. It's not one-sided. It's like we both have to speak and we have to communicate clearly what we want and what we expect from each other. So I'm learning a lot about myself too. So I had a lot of time to heal and a lot of time to think in 2024, and I know where I went wrong. And so next time with husband number 3, we will be growing and building together, and we will have a lot more intelligent conversation about the future. Let me know what you think about today's topic, and stop saying that we don't need a man. Did I interpret that right, ladies? I know everyone is not the same. Our relationship is not the same, but what we do need is companionships, and we're not dependent on a man. We are interdependent of a man, but we do need a companion. Meet me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And is there a woman out there that really says she don't need a man? I mean, as far as she might be a lesbian or something, but aside from that, like, I mean, does she actually think that in her mind, or is it a misconception, a play on words, meaning we're not dependent on a man like it was in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s when a woman was dependent on a man versus now we are interdependent of a man. We can survive on our own. Meet me in the comment section. Let's have this conversation. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Love, hugs, and kisses. Bye.